Stunning allegations of sexual abuse at a D.C. synagogue. The families of 8 children at the Washington Hebrew congregation are suing its preschool and one of its leaders, claiming that they ignored warnings that a teacher was sexually abusing the children there. And get this, they say it went on for more than 2 years. Joining me now, the attorney representing those families, Michael Dolce. Michael, thank you so much for being with me. I mean, not only do you say this was allegedly happening, but you say the director had knowledge of it. What evidence do you have of that?
We've conducted a lengthy investigation the last several months and met with a number of witnesses who identified instances where they spoke to the director about red flag warnings, Mr. Silverman's behavior, specific concern about being alone with children, and that in each instance they were rejected. Their concerns were rejected by Ms. Jensen.
In what way? What were they told?
Some were told directly that they were the ones with the sick minds, that he would never hurt anyone, he would never hurt a child. In some instances, we believe that teachers were told, if you continue to complain about him, that you're the ones who are going to lose your job, things of that nature, just very aggressive type responses.
So was this a case where teachers were saying he was doing this to some of the kids allegedly, or the children, did they come forward and say something's happening?
At that time, it was just warnings and red flags, if you will, no specific statements that children were being abused, just, again, red flag warnings that either the circumstances presented a risk that should not be taken, or that there were specific concerns on the part of a parent or a teacher about Mr. Silverman being alone with children, some of his rather odd behaviors around children, things of that nature, but no specific statement that a child was being abused. None of that emerged until last August.
And we've reached out to the school. They are not giving a comment along with the teacher. But you say in your statement, you say the abuse included the most grievous, demeaning, and damaging forms of sexual abuse. What are you alleging happening here?
Well, a lot of specifics we're not at liberty to disclose, but as the complaint indicates, this was the most severe forms of abuse imaginable. That's what has been essentially confirmed by medical evidence in this case. So again, it's horrific stuff. One doesn't like to conjure up what that would be like. But,
of course. And, you know, I know you're a victim of sexual abuse yourself as a young boy. What are these parents going through, these young children?
Well, for any parent, an injury to their child is the most unimaginable thing, particularly one of this nature. Any parent would trade themselves for harm to a child any day of the week. This is absolutely devastating to find out that this happened to one's child, and then to make it worse, to find that all of this could have been avoided, because we do believe that had the preschool been operated consistently with the law, that none of these children would have been abused, because the perpetrator would not have had the ability to access children alone to commit these crimes.
Michael Dolce, thank you so much for being with us. And we do know that there is a little bit of an update to what the school is saying. Since the allegations, the school says it met with parents and sent out a letter detailing how it's changed procedures. They have since added additional staff to each classroom and says there are now at least 2 teachers supervising students at all times. We're back after this.